starting up money, what's needed to what's wanted. You know, in the beginning, we talked about what type of trader you are. Now we need to inform you a simple process. No matter what type of trader you are, you need money to start. But how much and what to use and not to use is another big question. Here's the earnings and risk disclaimer. Very important for you to understand that everything has a risk. Okay. Now the results I'm going to show you, they all may vary from what you can do to what we can do. The results, you've seen this graphic once before. The amount that you're trying to get from 100 to 1,000 to 1,000 to 6,000 to 6,000 to unlimited, every single one of these amounts you're trying to get to use the same fundamental principles underneath each one. They all use risk management. They all use a proper strategy or guideline that you're using, whether we're teaching you a particular process, either the double stow or you're using our signals or what have you, okay, or you're using your own methods. Each one of these has its own fundamental. So in order to get to that, you need to start breaking this down. How do I achieve those goals? You just can't go all willy-nilly all over the place. In order for you to protect yourself, there are some key fundamentals that you always have to use, like we were talking about before. And one of them is risk management. Okay. And this is where you take a percentage of, only a small percentage of what your balance is in order to trade the market at any one time. If I start off with $1,000 in my balance and I risk 50% of my balance to get into a handful of trades and I lose that trade, I just lost 50% of my balance. That means I can only do 2 trades if I keep going that way. Okay. So the point is that your risk management, of managing your risk, is just another form of discipline for your trading performance. Now everybody loses. I mean everybody. That person who tells you that they don't lose or they have a 100% winning ratio, they're a scam. Okay, I can tell you that right now. Risk management is all about using your small percentage in your balance. Okay, because you want to attempt to reach a profit margin for your type of trading. How much to start with? Well, the experts all say that you should never risk more than 5% of your balance. Though in some systems like Nadex, I would say never more than 10% of your balance. Remember that number, 10%. Not everyone has $20,000 to start with, and so my suggestion is that you start with anything you're prepared to lose with. I mean, really lose it all. You know, then it wouldn't hurt. Okay? If that's $100, start with 100, but save it. Keep putting money in, socking money into Nadex until you're at a balance that you can comfortably start trading with. In the Nadex startup, they say you can have about a $100 minimum deposit, but you don't want to start off with that. So you can deposit at least a minimum of $100 each time. But each contract you purchase on Nadex can have a profit margin, of course. And that system we teach you, we show you how to get great results for about $20 profit to $35 profit from each trade that you do or each contract that you do. But unfortunately, if you do lose, you can lose $65 to $80. Okay, so in order to do one contract and have good risk management, your balance should be between $650 and $800 to trade one contract. Now, what if you don't have that amount? Well, you have options. Save the money by putting weekly amounts in an Nadex like we talked about. Trade at a higher risk ratio, but I don't suggest that. I don't advise that because, like we said before, 2 trades could wipe you out. This is about keeping you from your risk to ruin and keeping you in the game. While you're doing that, train until you do have enough, or don't trade at all. Setting your goals. Okay, so let's break it down. I want to make about $4,000 a month. Okay, that's what I want to do as a trader. That means I'm going to be right around full time. In order to do that, I need to win about 200 contracts at that ratio we were telling you earlier at $20 each. Just say at the minimum, I'm only winning $20 each. Okay, so that means I need to do about 200 contracts a month. Okay, these numbers can change with wins-loss ratios and amount won per each trade. So sometimes if I win 25 or 30, or sometimes I never go below 20. Okay, so now I have to break it down to how much time I have. How many trades can I do each day? So if there's 20 days average a month, that means that I could do about 10 contracts a day, that I have to make sure that I'm winning about 10 contracts a day to make it all work. Right? So this is very important, that if you're winning $20 per contract, you're doing 10 contracts a day, that's $200 a day times 20. Now I'm making $4,000 a month. Make sense? This process here that we just went over will start you out. So learn, train, train, and train until you're ready to go live. Thank you. I hope to see you in the next video. Trade well.